Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about here on the second day of Toten's release. A bunch of new things are being found within the map itself. So without further ado, let's get right into it. There have been two new in-game Easter eggs that have actually been solved today. The very first was solved by YouTuber The Walkthrough King, who discovered a secret minigame within Mauer in which you must use either a sniper or tactical rifle in order to shoot a bunch of moving targets that slowly move from left to right in various areas of the map. You only actually get one shot to do this correctly per game, and like I said earlier, it can only be completed with a tac rifle or a sniper rifle. If you use any other weapon, the actual targets won't go down and you can't complete the Easter egg. The reward for completing this Easter egg is something introduced into the Onslaught mode several months ago, and that is the Aether Tool, which once you pick it up increases the rarity of your weapon by 1 level. So it's probably recommended that if you do this Easter egg, which is fairly easy to do as long as you have someone training a zombie behind you, that you get your weapon up maybe to an epic tier level and then you use the Aether Tool to bring it to legendary, saving you 1000 hard scrap. You can check out the full tutorial for this Easter egg yourself, as always linked down in the description. Okay, now moving on to the second new Easter egg that was found in the map today. The first indication that this was a new Easter egg, or at least a new part of an Easter egg, was due to this clip here, where this player was flying around in a chopper gunner, fired it at the nightclub that we know exists on the map from the Disco Bunny Easter egg, which was found out on the day the map was released. But immediately after exiting his chopper gunner, he was teleported back into the disco arena to redo that Easter egg once again. Then YouTuber Invalid posted up a video that clarified exactly what was going on here. So this is actually a way to redo the Disco Bunny Easter egg after you've already done it. And what happens, it seems like on random rounds, a bunny will actually spawn on the window of the disco that you can see from inside of the map itself, and if you end up shooting that bunny, you instantly get transported back into the disco arena to reclaim another reward. When this Easter egg was first discovered, people thought there could be some kind of round requirement, like you needed to be above round 30 or round 40, but as of right now, the prevailing theory is that it is simply RNG whether this bunny will appear on the windowsill of the disco or not. Next up, for those of you guys that are trying to complete or are planning on trying to complete the main Easter egg here in Mauer, there has been a major bug that is stopping progress for a lot of people with this Easter egg. It involves a step where you have to pick up radioactive material which constantly damages you and then try to build the uranium device, but whenever you take damage, it stops the progress trying to build the device, making it nearly impossible to actually get this step done. There are some methods going around right now to try to get past this bug if you really want to complete the Easter egg before Treyarch fixes it. Things like using healing aura, things like going down and reviving and instantly trying to build the device, as well as there's some indication that upgraded quick revive could be the root cause of this issue. So if you do have this happen in your own game and can't progress the main Easter egg, those are some potential fixes to be aware of. Beyond that, Treyarch themselves have said on Twitter that they are aware of this issue, that they are tracking a fix, and hopefully it'll be fixed in a new game update sometime soon. But speaking of a game update, moving on to our fourth story of the day, Cold War Zombies did receive a new patch today, which included some minor fixes and changes to the Zombies mode, specifically on Toten. The first is that Treyarch claims they fixed some stability issues related to the Disciple and the CRBRS Wonder Weapon on the map itself, whether those were causing some crashes or slowdowns. It's good that's been fixed. Treyarch did address a minor bug related to a different part of the main Easter egg, where they say that they addressed an issue that could occur in the Ghost Station during the main quest. I would expect that in the next hotfix update, we'll see a fix for the uranium device build build time including there as well. And the most interesting part of this update, I'd say, is they closed an exploit with Tombstone Soda. There was an exploit that enabled you to have God mode on the map itself. With cross progression here in Black Ops Cold War, Treyarch has always been like now super quick to solve these invincibility glitches. And speaking of interesting glitches, players playing on the Xbox Series X, it's the latest edition of the Xbox consoles, have noticed that when playing on Mauer, they have unlocked the wall hack cheat, where a lot of the objects and walls of the map itself simply don't appear. If you weren't aware, apparently this did have some small help in helping solve the main Easter egg of the map, where players were able to see secret rooms and into areas they weren't supposed to because the walls blocking their progress simply didn't spawn into the map. Obviously, it can be kind of interesting to play the map like this just for a little while, but it gets annoying very quickly. Treyarch did mention they are looking at trying to implement a fix for this, but it seems like if this is happening to you and you're just sick of having your wall hacks enabled, you have to uninstall the Cold War HD texture pack, and that will go ahead and have the effect of turning off your unintentional wall hacks. Next up, don't you love it when you pick up random intel off the ground on the map, you notice it's a cipher, and you think, well, that's something I'll never be able to figure out myself. Well, it's good because there are other people like the man, the myth, the legend, Rich Killer, who will go ahead and figure out those ciphers for us. 2 of them have been found and solved on the map so far. There's the E cipher, which has to do with Weaver. I'll leave the text on the screen there, not that interesting. But Rich Killer also solved the J cipher on the map, which gives us more background on our favorite robot boy since Ted, Klaus, on the map. If you do find any other ciphers on the map, hey, be sure to post it up on the COD Zombies Reddit, maybe tag Rich Killer in your post, and we can hopefully get more of these ciphers solved on this map. Next up, at the end of yesterday's video, I asked you guys for some initial impressions of what you think of this map. We've only got 3 actual round-based maps here in Cold War Zombies, which, to be honest with you guys, is 1 less than I actually thought we would have at this point. It's been brutal waiting for this map to come out, but now that it finally has, I think the initial impressions from you guys down in the comments, as well as the whole community, has been that this map is an awesome map at its core. The combination of a decent size and verticality has done a lot for this map. This map definitely feels more like an actual zombies map than Firebase Z, which besides for the spawn area kind of felt like just like a multiplayer map with zombies elements thrown in. What remains to be seen from this map that'll bring it from a pretty good map to a great map in my own personal opinion is its depth. We haven't seen a map with extreme depth here in Cold War, with a lot of things to discover, a lot of little Easter eggs and quests that not a lot of people know about but exist on the map for players to discover. Very Der Eisendrache-esque, not a huge map but a lot of depth there. It'll be interesting to see if the 5-6 month wait for this map will pay off, to see whether that extra development time has been shifted into actually making these new zombies maps have a lot more depth than we've seen in Die Maschine or in Firebase Z. But guys, that wraps up the news today. If you did enjoy it, hey, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.